Hey there everybody, what's happening? Thank you so much for checking out the video. So this one is a video that was requested from you guys, and sure, I'm more than happy to make videos that you guys request. So I don't know if it's something that maybe is going around YouTube, or I don't know if a lot of people are making guitar collection videos, but I'm more than happy to show, I don't know if you can call it a collection, but the guitars we have, I'm more than willing to show you guys. So let's just get started. I'm going to talk about them, and one of you guys, Gary, over on my Facebook page recommended that maybe I talk about if there's certain changes I want to make to the guitars or something like that. So I have a few of them that I'll be talking about that as well. But let's go ahead and get started. So the first guitar that we're going to be talking about is this one. Now I don't know a lot about this guitar, but it's actually a very important guitar to me. It's a Fender acoustic. I don't even know the model, to be honest. Model F240A, and it's just a great sounding acoustic. Now why it's important to me is because it was actually sent from a very good friend, and who actually we met each other to become friends through YouTube. He was one of the original 10, I think he was like my 4th subscriber or something on YouTube. He's been a huge supporter from very early on, and he recently sent me this guitar because we're going to do some acoustic stuff. And Michael, sorry I haven't gotten any acoustic stuff done. The past few months have been kind of intense, and I don't know if it's still recording. It is. Okay. Sorry, my mic is like right in the way. But that's why this one's so important to me. It's really cool. Like I said, the guitar sounds great, but more so than that, it certainly has a sentimental value to it, to where I'm just like, wow, I can never get rid of this guitar. I really appreciate that. It was such a cool thing to do. So Michael, thank you again. And that's what this one is. So you guys will be hearing some acoustic stuff coming up soon on some recordings, and that's this thing right here. Alright, so we're just going to make our way down and around, I suppose. Down and around. So this is my Diamond Halcyon, what is it? ST series. And this is just a mean guitar. Like, you look at it, and well, it's funny, what actually caught my eye the most about this guitar was the headstock, because it's just a very aggressive looking headstock. And then when you see the guitar up close, you have these kind of bevels and cutaways and stuff that just really give the guitar a lot of attitude. And it's funny because it makes me play more aggressively on the guitar. And this is just a mean machine of a guitar. It's made in Korea. They're not super expensive either. They're an incredible, as people say, bang for the buck guitar. So definitely check out the Diamond guitars if you guys haven't yet. They're cool. Okay, so now this one is kind of cool. It is a Model 88 Charbel. It's a mutt. And a lot of people ask what I mean by that. What I mean is the body is a Model 88, and the original neck actually broke on the guitar. I didn't break it. The person before us, something happened and it broke. And this is a Model 2 neck. So it's a Model 8 body and a Model 2 neck on it. Now what's cool about this one, if you don't know the history behind Model 88, and this guitar I'm not going to change anything on it. I love the way that it is. But the Model 88 guitars were put into production and made in 1988, obviously. But I think only 1,500 were made. But the factory caught on fire and burned up a lot of the bodies. So maybe less than 1,000 or something like that were actually sent out to the world. It's supposed to be 500 for US, 500 for Europe, 500 somewhere else, something like that. I can't remember the whole story. But it's kind of a cool, rare and unique guitar, and it's certainly unique to us just because of the Model 2 neck on it. And it's not something we bought to sell. We just liked the way that it is, and kind of saved it. The other person, you can see where they had sanded the guitar a little bit. They were actually going to sand this off and repaint the guitar, and it's like, no, you can't do that. You'll ruin it. It's such a nice guitar. Got a mahogany body on it. This is a full shred Seymour Duncan pickup, so it's kind of like the George Lynch thing. It has your kind of the old style Floyd Rose on it, the Jackson version of Floyd Rose. It's not recessed. I like these a lot better. I'm not a big fan of recessed tremolo bars. I don't like a true floating bridge. And you can see the nut up here is actually behind, the locking nut is behind your normal nut on the guitar. So some cool kind of stuff. Has a very nice, pretty flat neck, and it's just a cool guitar. You know, it's seen better days, and it's almost as old as I am. Oh wait, no, it's 1 year older than I am. Sorry. So, on to the next one. Oh, and actually, I should probably say the guitar's names. So this one's name is Seven. If you're a Seinfeld fan, you'll know why we named it Seven. And I've never named the acoustic. Hey, how about this for you guys? What should I name the acoustic? Put that in the description, and I'll pick one of the names that you guys have, and I'll name it. I've also not named the Diamond Halcyon, but we'll worry about that one later. So this is certainly a cool guitar for me because anybody who's watched my channel, who's familiar with me or knows me, knows how much I love Charbel guitars. It's funny how we kind of like gravitate towards certain brands, and I don't know what it is about Charbels, but I just love them. I love the look of them, the feel, because you know I've always been a Strat guy, but I love a Super Strat as well. So sorry, making sure that the recording hasn't stopped. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me talk. This thing probably is too. But anyway, so this is a 2011 Charbel SoCal. This is whenever they switched over and were being made in Japan. I think this is maybe one of the last years they were made. I think they stopped production in 2012, maybe. Don't quote me on that, I don't know for sure. But this is cool. This is my first Charbel. I actually got this the day after my birthday in 2011. So, whatever day that is. Or however old I was. Just because I'd loved Charbels for so long, being like a humongous Warren D. Martini fan and all this stuff. I was just like, man, I would love to own a Charbel one day. And we went, there's actually an old video on here. I'll put it right here. If you want to watch it, this is how we got this guitar. And it was a really big deal for me at the time. You know, being fairly young. And this guitar, I can't remember how much it cost. I think it was $9.99. Because when they moved over to Japan, the price went down a little bit. But you got a hard shell case. And it was a big deal for me. And it's still a big deal to have this guitar. I love it. I know you guys don't get to see it a whole lot anymore, but don't worry, she's over here getting played. The frets are actually pretty worn out because for those like 2 years there, this is like the only guitar I played. I wore this thing out. And its name is June. It was purchased on June 23rd. And I have been thinking about changing these pickups out. It has the DiMarzios in it, and I've gotten to where I don't love them anymore. So I think it has the 1000 series Floyd Rose in it. A real nice neck. I love the neck on it. It has this beautiful maple neck on it, like lots and lots of flame, and I don't know, it is just a nice looking neck. It's one of my favorite maple necks I've ever seen. That's this one, 2011 MIJ Charbel SoCal Pro Mod. On to the next. So this one at this point I'm sure needs no introduction. You guys are probably sick of seeing me play it already because I kind of have been wearing it out lately. But this is our newest guitar and our oldest guitar all at the same time. So this is our 1979 Gibson Les Paul Standard KM. So if you don't know the history behind the KM, it's a little bit of a unique story behind it. So this was when the other Nolan, I think, owned Gibson. I'm not real sure. But they made these, and it was initially supposed to be, it was like for Southern rock people or something like that. Supposed to be made for like the Southern stores. And they were supposed to try to do like a 59 reissue thing, but they didn't get it right at all. It's not anything close to a 59. But they liked it. It has a slightly different shaped headstock than a normal Gibson that you're going to see nowadays. And has a big old slab of mahogany body on it, and obviously a nice maple cap. And I thought it had a maple neck on it. I had read that they had maple necks, but I actually sent a picture of this neck because then I had read that it had mahogany necks. And I sent a picture of this to my buddy Pixie, and he was just like, he's like, that really looks like mahogany. Because it's kind of like a lighter look to it. It's not so dark. And I had read they had stained maple, mahogany, but I think it actually is mahogany. So I'm going to go with what Pixie said. That is mahogany. I originally thought I had maple, but I think it is mahogany. Rosebud fingerboard. Now there is absolutely nothing about this guitar that we are going to change. The pickups are actually unique in themselves. They're called Gibson T-top pickups. I noticed a bunch of you commenting saying that these are probably DiMarzios and stuff like that. No, these are actually Gibson brand pickups, and these are the only ones they've ever made like this, the T-tops, because they made these and as soon as they did, DiMarzio sued them and they quit production. So the only model of guitar that got the Gibson T-top pickups was actually the 1979 KM Les Pauls. So that was kind of cool and exciting to, as we got the guitar, learn more about it. This is another guitar that we have a cool little vlog video about going and getting it, so you can click on that right there if you want to and kind of see how this all came to be. But other than that, you know, rosewood fingerboard, it's all original and all that stuff. It's just one of those guitars that it feels special to get to own, and hopefully it never has to be sold, but if it does, it just gets to kind of continue its journey through all this, this madness of guitar. But this one's name is Indy. We got it in Indianapolis, and that's what we named her. So, on to the next guitar. Roxanne, you don't have to put on a red light. So, why is he singing this song? So this is, I think, one of the coolest guitars that we own. It's just, I love 80s music so much, and this is, to me, just the embodiment of 80s. So this guitar's name is Roxanne. That's why we were singing that song, because you know, I don't know, just when I saw this guitar, I'm like, this is Roxanne. It just seems like this should be her name. So what is it? It's a 1989 Charbel Predator, or Lava Crackle, or, you know, whatever you guys want to call it. It went by a couple different names. But again, it's a mutt, like the Model 88. So this does not have the original neck on it. This has a Model 1 neck, which I believe was Charbel's lowest end model neck. But I'm telling you what, I love this neck. It's a little bit small. I love the feel of the neck, but the size is the only issue with it. So I have pretty big hands, and the neck's just a little bit small, but I still love the neck for some reason. It's someone took steel wool to it, and it has a very smooth feel to it. And have you ever played those necks that just feel like they're just rock solid necks? That's what this one feels like. I mean, hasn't warped in the slightest bit. It's just a beast of a guitar. So as far as pickups, it still has the original neck pickup in it, and I've thought about changing this one from time to time, and I don't think that I will, because honestly I think it sounds really good. It has a, what does this one have in it? This has a custom in the bridge, which is a great sounding Duncan pickup. Now, even though it has it looks like kind of like a 5-way, it's actually only a 3-way selector, and a single volume knob. Again, this one is a little bit recessed for the tremolo, but it's not real flimsy like your normal floating one, and it has the old kind of like Kaler locking nut on it. Again, of course, the back panel is off. Anybody who owns a guitar with a back panel, you have to take it off. And Jackson tuners, just a cool guitar. You know, I mean, it's just very, very, very 80s. So that's kind of this one. I'm sure you guys are getting bored to death by this video, but we're just going to keep on rolling. Alright, so up next to the chopping block is good old Blue. Very creative name, right? Now, this is our 2013 American Standard Telecaster, and it's just one of those guitars I feel like everybody needs a Telecaster. If you do a lot of recording and stuff like that, I'm telling you, get a Telecaster. There's something about the way a Telecaster sits in the mix of a song that I love it. I use it on everything I'm recording, unless I'm doing like a demo for a guitar. Then I use that guitar for the whole thing. But this one is just fantastic. I mean, it has this super high like mid registry in it when in the mix, and it just fills it out perfect. So if you guys ever listen, this thing's always like panned left in my mixes, and it sounds really good, clean, very light. It's not a heavy guitar at all. And some things that are kind of nice, if you have an original Telecaster, you know, you don't have the belly cut in it, and I like that. It makes it very comfortable. Of course, string through body. This one has, I think it's Fat 50's pickups in it. I can't remember exactly, but no, this is another one we're leaving as is. You know, we like everything about it, and it's just gonna kind of stay the way it is. So that's old Blue. Standard, not a whole lot to talk about. No real bells and whistles. No real bells and whistles. Just a straight ahead, American rock and roll machine. Telecaster. Alright, now this is one that we get asked about all the time. What is this thing? So obviously, at first glance, this is an American Standard Stratocaster. But this is a 2007 Strat. And what it is that makes it special, it's a VG Strat. So if you don't know what that means, it stands for Virtual Guitar. And at the time, they were installing this thing right here. This is called a roll-in pickup. You notice I have only one tone and two of these little knobs here. So what this is this actually can alter the way the guitar sounds. It can change it into different tunings, drop D, open G, open D, baritone tunings, 12 string. And then you have your settings. You have neutral, Strat, Tele, humbucker, and acoustic. And it does all these things, and it sounds pretty decent. I think, I don't know, they didn't really catch on. They were fairly expensive at the time, and, a lot of people got them and they sounded good, but I think when, internal electronic issues went bad, it was a tech's nightmare. And we don't really use the pickup at all. I just use the straight guitar because I think this is one of the best sounding Strats I've ever played. And not trying to be biased at all because it's our guitar, but I think it's because of this. So in order to accommodate the roll-in pickup, they had to route out a section back here. So it's kind of like the guitar's chambered. It's actually pretty heavy because I don't know what's even under here. I've never looked, but so they had to route out this section, and it gives the guitar a very like organic sound, like natural, like a wood kind of sound to it. And I feel like it has to do with the chambering in it. So I think it gives it a more acoustic kind of like style. And I don't know, I just love it, this certainly suffices the Strat needs in our lives. Not saying we'll never get another Strat, but this one will definitely always be in our collection. Oh, and I totally forgot. This one's name is Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar! Alright, so here's another one that you guys seem to be asking, what happened to it? Where is it? And it's still here. This is the Volante. Sorry, I can't remember the model number. I love the neck on it. It's got a big chunky neck. And it's kind of cool. It's sentimental reasons because it's the guitar I got. David Volante and me worked together and did like a video and stuff like that for him. And it was just kind of cool. It was the first guitar company I was working with to make a video for and do all that stuff. So it was exciting. And it's just a very solid guitar, still missing a string. The reason it hasn't been used much lately is just because I've just kind of been in this classic zone lately where I'm using the Tele, Strat, and Les Paul combination for everything. And it's just that old school vibe that I've been digging so much. But if there's anything to change on this one, maybe a different color pickguard and probably some new pickups. I think these pickups actually sound pretty decent for being, the Volante pickups, just like the standard ones. But I'd probably upgrade them to some kind of Duncan, maybe like an Area 67 DiMarzio or something like that in the middle position. But it's just a great guitar, and this is another one we never named. So we've been lazy on naming our guitars, haven't we? Need to get on that. But anyway, so this is the Volante, very, very pretty guitar. It has a beautiful maple neck and top and all that stuff. But there's one final guitar, the most amazing guitar that we own. Let's get to it. Ah, yes. This guitar. The one that you almost never get to see. So what is this? I get asked fairly frequently, what do you use as a bass? We never see your bass. And it's this thing. It's a very cheap bass. I'm actually looking into upgrading this bass right now because I like it, but it's very cheap. This is a Squier P-Bass something or another that I got for, I think it was $80, and Metronome knocked the price down to like $60. So this is literally a $60 bass. It was used, beat up a little bit, and it's just kind of like, it gets the job done. It's not like bad, it's not like uncomfortable, the action's not like real high or anything. But just a bass, I'm a guitar player, so I wasn't exactly wanting to spend much on a bass. But now I would like to get a better bass. You know, not something real expensive, but maybe more like middle of the road style or something like that, because I think it would probably sound a little better. Alrighty everybody, that's going to wrap up the video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Hope you enjoyed seeing the guitars. Maybe if you didn't know all of them, you kind of do now. I'm like the weirdo who likes to name all of his guitars. But yeah, so let's leave this one up to you guys. So leave in the comments what you think this guitar should be named. You know, it's a cool little git fiddle. So aside from that, thank you guys so much for watching. Here's my YouTube outro. If you would, please like, share, subscribe. And I will, of course, see you guys next time. I appreciate all of you watching the video so much. And until next time, guitar high five. No, that'd be a bad idea.